Hello, my lovelies and my jubblies. Welcome to Movies to Drink To. My name is Finn.
I'm Mr. Smith.
I'm Batman. And in today's episode, we are talking about Stephen King's...
Before we do that,
What?
I got you something because it was your birthday on Wednesday. It's not much, just something little. I didn't wrap it, really.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for interrupting my show.
That's all right, no worries. So, we've talked about...
Why is it?
That's what I could find.
Again.
But, I thought I'd get you saying, because you talked about your favourite character on of Batman. So I thought I'd get you a little Robin.
Thank you.
No worries. Happy birthday.
Cheers. I will,
Treasure that.
yeah. Well played, Mr. Smith. Oh, God.
Little Robin for you to keep forever. Your little sidekick, look.
Thank you. I shall keep him where sidekicks go. The graveyard, if they're chasing Todd. Oh, cheers.
No worries.
Cheers to old age. All right. After that interruption.
Yeah.
Cutting all that out. Today we are talking about Stephen King's Maximum Overdrive. This isn't just a film based on a Stephen King book.
Oh, no.
This is written and directed.
This is way more.
Written and directed by the man himself, Stephen King.
The one and only directed by Stephen King movie.
So yeah, in the 1980s, he signed this deal with Uber producer Dino De Laurentiis.
Mm-hmm. We like Dino. We've done a few of his.
We've done a lot of Dino films. Yeah, we should have a little shrine to him or something. The deal was for him to direct 3 films. Out of the 3, this is the only one he made. This is it.
Yeah.
Here we go. Before we go on, don't forget to like and subscribe and all that
Share
stuff.
and...
Yeah, if you're listening and you like it, tell your friends. Share it on social media. It's really easy to do.
Yeah.
And it does help. So thank you. Cool. So, Maximum Overdrive from 1986, written and directed by Stephen King. It stars Emilio Estevez, Pat Hingle, Laura Harrington, Yeardley Smith.
Yeardley?
I think
it's Yeardley.
John Short, and a brief role from that guy, Giancarlo Esposito.
Yeah.
I saw him in the IMDb. Didn't actually see him when I was watching the film. I think I blinked
Gus
and missed it.
Gus Fring from Breaking Bad.
Yes. And The Mandalorian.
Yes, in The Mandalorian, and many things now. Actually, he's in fucking everything.
The plot of this beeth.
A group of people try to survive when machines start to come alive and become homicidal.
Cool.
Yep.
Sounds pretty simple and dumb.
Yeah.
Some of the taglines.
Mm-hmm.
There's 5 taglines that they had for this in total. First one, Stephen King's masterpiece of horror, directed by the master himself. Number 2, Evil's Wheels.
Just that, Evil's Wheels.
Yeah.
That doesn't even make fucking sense.
3, The Day Horror Went into Overdrive.
Ugh.
4, this one's brilliant. Imagine your worst nightmare. Machines take over the world! !
Right.
And 5, Who Made Who?
Right.
Which doesn't make any sense. But then when you watch the film, there's a song called Who Made Who that features in it.
Yeah.
And there is a couple of lines of dialogue where someone's saying, we made... It still doesn't make sense, actually. No. So I forget that.
Lazy.
Yes. Also, the poster, there's a few posters for this, but one of the main posters... Have you seen this? Stephen King is on the poster.
Yeah. It's on the IMDb page. It's like there's a rip in the fabric of space. Yeah. And he's just crawling through.
And he's got like the puppet strings. Like he's the one. Stephen King is in this film.
Yes.
But not in the role it suggests he is on the poster. No. And he looks completely different. He's got a beard on the poster.
Yeah.
So why? I don't know why.
No
is Stephen King even that recognisable, or was he in 86?
Well, he is quite recognisable if you've ever seen him. He's a weird-looking bloke.
But in 86, was he?
I imagine, well, because he was like, he was huge, like in the 80s and stuff. Because he started writing in the 70s.
Yeah, that's maybe,
and he was like, he'd already reached that point where he could publish fucking anything, and everyone would buy it.
Yes, and make it into a film.
Yeah.
Anyway,
well, there's that. Did you see the trailer
for
this?
No.
Stephen King's in the trailer. Like, this is all like. I feel like they should have released the film first, but obviously they couldn't. But the trailer is Stephen King, and he's like, "Hi, I'm Stephen King." And he goes, "There's been many movies made of Stephen King stories, but I've decided if you want it done well, you have to do it yourself."
Oh dear.
It's like, oh, Steve.
Oh yeah. Okay. So the film starts in space, and we've got some reading to do.
Yeah.
Did you write this down?
I did.
Do you want to
do
it?
Says, on June 9th, 1987, at 9:47 a.m., the Earth passed into the extraordinarily diffuse tail of Rhea M, a rogue comet. According to astronomical calculations, the planet would remain in the tail of the comet for the next 8 days, 5 hours, 29 minutes, and 23 seconds.
How big is this comet?
Massive, apparently. Fucking huge.
Like its tail that engulfs the whole world.
Yeah.
So the comet's as big as the Earth.
The comet must be following the Earth's orbit.
Yeah. Also, I mean, the Earth is moving, but comets move as well. Why is it taking 8 days?
Fuck knows. And the comet must be, if we're just stuck in the tail of it as well, this comet must be fucking giant.
Yeah.
Like, if it was that close to the Earth, it probably would have destroyed us.
That's not a comet. That's a planet.
That is a planet.
Whatever.
That's no moon. Yeah, it's fucking weird.
That's no plot device. That's a load of bullshit.
And then we get a picture of like the Earth. Now these effects are worthy of like Flash Gordon.
Yeah.
Like, you've got the Earth and it becomes engulfed in a green haze, which I assume is the tail of the comet.
I guess.
Yeah. Fuck knows.
So the film is set in Wilmington, North Carolina, and it starts with the Stephen King cameo.
Yeah, it does. He's
going to the bank and the neon sign is playing up, and it just says "fuck you."
Yeah, it's a bank is like saying like bang, and it says the time and the weather or whatever, and then all of a sudden it just goes "fuck you," which made me laugh.
And then Stephen King goes to use a bank machine, and it just calls him an asshole.
Yeah, he's like, "Honey, this ADM just called me an asshole."
Yeah. Okay, and that's it.
That's his big.
That's his role in the whole film. He's not the puppet master. It's not revealed later on that
pulling all the strings in the background.
That's it. That's him done with the film. Cue the AC/DC.
Oh, the soundtrack's banging.
It's all AC/DC.
All AC/DC.
Yeah, they did the whole soundtrack.
Yeah.
And this is the song "Who Made Who."
Right. Yeah.
Yes, which doesn't make sense. We made them.
Yeah.
And it's on one of those bridges that goes up to let boats pass
lifting bridge
through.
Bridge.
And it just goes up by itself.
Yeah.
And it causes chaos, and there's a truck stuck right in the middle, and the driver's like, "Oh no!" And you're like, "Why don't you just drive away?
Or get the fuck out.
Go one way or the other. Yeah. Don't just stand there going, "Oh no," because the trucks still work at this point.
Yeah.
But he doesn't.
Just dies.
Yeah, and then it's chaos. Things are crashing into each other. It starts raining melons.
Yeah.
Watermelons for some reason.
Off another truck. There's a woman who goes, she seems to go through a windscreen with the slightest touch. Like, this car just goes like, eek, like inches, and she's like, smash through the windscreen. It's a bit, it's like overkill.
Yeah.
But yeah, people are dying.
And that's just our opening bit. Then we are introduced to the Green Goblin truck.
Yes.
This is a truck with the facade, the face of the Green Goblin from Spider-Man on the front. I don't mean it looks like it.
No, it is.
It is.
It is.
Yeah, it's stuck on the front of this truck. And he arrives at the Dixie Boy truck stop, which is where pretty much this entire film takes place.
Yes.
It's a gas station, diner / arcade. Yeah.
Yeah, petrol station.
Yes. And inside the diner, the radio isn't working. The arcade machines are starting to play up.
Yeah.
And one guy's like, "Yo, mama!"
Yeah, just yells,
the pinball
"Yo,
machine.
Mama." That is Giancarlo Esposito.
Ah.
That is him.
That's it. That's his one line.
Yeah.
As he shouts at a broken pinball machine.
Yeah, and then like the cigarette machine starts paying out, like chucking cigarettes out, and he's filling all his pockets up with them.
Yeah. So the whole idea of this film is machines start like not working, but all at different times, and some machines do work and some machines don't work.
Yeah, it's like there's still good and bad machines.
Yeah, it's not totally clear
No.
what ones are safe and which ones aren't.
It's almost like lazy writing.
Almost, yeah.
Stephen.
And the pump stops work. He's filling up the Green Goblin and the pump stops working.
Yeah.
And the guy, because he's a professional, looks directly down the nozzle, which then decides, now's the time to make my move, and sprays the dirtiest looking diesel ever in this guy's, like, it's oil based, it's crude oil. You can't run a truck on that.
No.
And he sprays it in his face and gets in his eyes, like, blind.
Yeah, just before we're introduced to Emilio Estevez's character.
Yes.
Who is a short order cook in this thing.
He's very kind of a James Dean,
he's
or Martin Sheen in Badlands kind of attitude.
He's called out to the back room with Bubba.
Pat Hingle, the boss, who's given Emilio a hard time because Emilio is on parole.
Yes.
He's a prison work scheme thing. He's a bad boy.
He's being like rehabilitated with this job cooking eggs. And he goes, do you know how, like, when he holds up his punch card, his time card, he goes, you know what this star means? He's got one of those glitter stars stuck to it. Good boy. He goes, no, what this star means you're on parole. And that's only pointed out so that when Emilio Estevez puts his time card back in the thing, you can see that everyone that works there is on parole because they've all got little stars. Some have 2, some are on parole twice. I don't know what that means. But also, it's suggested that Bubba's a bit of a dick because he's trying to make Emilio work 9 hours, but he's only going to pay him for 8.
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds like most of the time I worked in hospitality.
Well, I'm assuming that's just an unpaid lunch hour.
Well, yeah, something like that. It just doesn't seem that nefarious.
No, it really doesn't.
It's 1 hour.
And also in the diner, you got the waitress, and she's attacked by the electric knife that just comes to life and tries to cut her arm off.
Yeah.
And then it attacks her foot just on its own. So Emilio jumps in, and he destroys it with a hammer, which he will no doubt be charged for.
Yeah.
Because Pat Engle's a dick.
Yeah, and there's this bell end at the counter as well. Like, there's blood everywhere, like from this woman's arm, like it's like all over the place. And this fucking guy at the counter goes, "Did the knife go rabid on you, sweet thing?"
I've seen that happen before.
It's like severed arteries in her arm, there's fucking blood pissing out in there, and he's like, overreacting. Such a woman.
And the dude in the arcade, I've already forgotten his name.
Giancarlo Esposito.
Yep, he's killed. He's electrocuted by one of the machines.
He's hypnotized by an arcade machine.
Yes.
And then he touches it.
And it dies. It somehow electrocutes him.
It makes no sense.
Through the handle, through the plastic handles that everyone holds.
He touches, the wooden cabinet that it's in.
It's so conductive. Fuck those. So things are starting to go wrong here. And then you've got this scene, basically, meanwhile, over at a baseball game, a man is attacked by a soda machine.
Yeah, it's a little league.
Yeah.
And he's the coach. He's like, sodas for everyone. And then he just gets pelted in the bollocks.
Yeah. Takes a can of Pepsi to the nutsack.
Take the couple. Like, because he doesn't move. He's just stood there going, oh. And then the machine's like, oh, bonus. And gives him another one.
Like, he's not moving. Smashes him in the face with one.
Yeah, but as he goes down, it pelts him in the skull and smashes his skull. And then it fucking attacks all the kids.
Yeah. And all the kids run away except for one who starts walking towards it.
Yeah.
And to check on the coach, is the only one
he's got one of those baseball masks. Catcher's mask on that saves him.
Yeah.
Apparently.
And then another kid randomly falls off of his bike.
It's so weird.
His push bike. He just flies over the handlebars.
Why does his bike fuck him over? I was like, bike's not a machine, like not to that degree, like not like a car or a truck or anything else, and it just seems to flip him. The bike's like, fuck you.
It doesn't make any sense. Like I said, it's not totally clear which machines are bad, because obviously the trucks are fucking up, and like the electric knife is, and the arcade machines, but also as is this man-powered push bike, which flips him over the handlebars randomly, and then all of a sudden a steamroller bursts through the fence and runs the kid over, flattens him, flat Stanleys him. Okay, whatever. And then you've got some other characters being introduced. You've got this creepy guy who's giving a hitchhiker a lift, and he's a traveling Bible salesman.
Yeah.
Because that's a job. apparently, that you could have. Because have you heard of the Bible? No? Ah, well.
I mean, he's obviously doing well out of it because he clearly lives in his car.
Yes, he does.
Like, it's just cars full of shit and stuff, and he keeps putting his hand, because the hitchhiker is a woman. This is Brett.
Brett the woman.
Brett the woman.
Yep.
Woman hitchhiker, and he keeps putting his hand on her leg, and she keeps
Groping her. Yeah.
moving it off.
And so they're in his car, which works fine.
Yeah, that doesn't turn.
But the radio doesn't work fine.
Yeah, so the radio's possessed.
But the car
itself is
but then
fine.
she fixes the radio somehow, and then there's like a news alert that things are fucking up, you need to get off the highway. So she forces him to turn into the truck stop, and they pull into the truck stop. And then the guy, the Bible salesman, he gets really pissed off with her because apparently she's rude.
Yeah.
I mean, it was fine earlier when he was groping her, but
he's like,
now she's having a shout at him. He's just
don't
being
you
rude.
walk away from me. I haven't finished, grabbing bits of you.
He gets really pissed off.
It's so weird.
And then the Green Goblin truck tries to run them over.
Yeah. Also, she yells, "Eat my shorts" at him.
Yes, she does. Thank you, Bart Simpson.
Yeah, she yells, "Eat my shorts," and he's like, "The mouth on it."
So Green Goblin truck is now alive.
Yep.
Driving itself around, tries to run them over. I think Emilio pulls them out of the way or something at the last minute.
I think Brett does.
I can't remember.
Someone does.
Yeah.
Anyway, he doesn't die.
More characters introduced now. We've got the newlyweds.
Yeah.
Curtis and Connie. This is Yardley Smith.
Yeah,
and
Yardley
John
Smith
Short.
is probably my favourite character.
Yardley Smith is hilarious.
She's fucking brilliant.
And she's just... It's just, her voice is Lisa Simpson.
Yeah.
It's just Lisa Simpson screaming and moaning.
Yeah.
For every moment she's on screen,
With
but like in a southern drawl.
twang.
Yeah, it's really funny.
So funny, like just constantly just berating everyone, and she just doesn't stop talking like the whole time. Every time she's on screen,
she doesn't
she's
breathe.
just talking, the whole time, and she probably has some of the best lines in the whole. Where there's other lines where people are like that it's written so it should be funny, it's not. Like everything she says is gold.
Yeah. And her husband Curtis, who wants to watch her pee.
Yeah, she's like, I need to pee. And he goes, can I watch? And
she's like, no,
you cannot watch. And I'm like, why?
So they stop, but this is a different gas station.
Yeah, a different one.
And they find a random dead guy.
Mm-hmm.
And then a truck there tries to run over the husband, Curtis.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Now he misses him. And he's like, are you dead?
And they drive off.
Yeah.
Back at the truck stop, the Dixie Boy, Emilio decides to inspect the self-driving murderous truck by standing directly behind it.
Yeah.
Has a look inside the cab, then goes and stands behind it again.
Yeah.
And then this is where the hitchhiker, Brett, she shows up just to tell him he's cute.
Yeah, it's like
And calls him a hero.
How about this trying to force the love interest bit? And she just walks up, she's like, hi. So you're cute.
Yeah.
And he's like, am I?
Are you the hero?
Yeah.
I guess I am now. This is literally their first interaction.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
Yeah, it's awkward as fuck.
And they're in love.
Yep.
And then you've got the one kid who survived the baseball Pepsi massacre.
Yeah.
He's riding around on his bike, which is fine.
Yeah.
His bike is okay.
His bike is okay. Because it wouldn't make sense if that was possessed.
Yeah.
Because it's not a car.
He's riding around just observing the...
It's being stalked by sprinklers.
Yes.
The sprinklers keep turning on, and then he stops and he looks back and they all turn off. Like, I don't know why that's supposed to be threatening. What could they do? Oh no,
wet.
not the sprinklers.
Oh, my hair.
Yeah. Oh, I'll catch my death if I'm wet.
Yeah, so he's driving around, like his hometown, observing all the death and destruction. And
somebody seems to have been killed by a Walkman somehow.
Yep. There's all these dead bodies everywhere. There's a dead dog with a toy car stuffed in its mouth, which has killed it somehow. And then a lawnmower comes to life and chases him for about 3 seconds because he just rides off on his bike.
He's faster than it. Also,
that's that.
This kid seems weirdly unfazed by all this death. He's just kind of more confused than anything else. There's bodies everywhere, and he's just like, how odd.
Mr. Johnson? Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's like, I think you'd be a little bit more terrified. I don't know.
He's really not. He's a pretty cool kid. Back at the Dixie Boy, the truck stop, the guy who got blinded earlier, he wants to go looking for his son.
Yeah.
Because shit's kicking off. And they're like, you can't see. He's like, oh, I can see well enough. So he goes off and he's instantly hit by a truck.
Yeah.
Because apparently he can't see. Like, he's like, I can see just fine. No, you can't. There's no, unless you are completely fucking blind, there is no way you wouldn't have seen that massive truck coming towards you, not very fast.
Yeah. He had like literally minutes to get out of the way of that. And
No!
stands there going,
Yeah, even he should have seen that. And then the Bible salesman starts shouting at the trucks.
yeah.
And then the Green Goblin truck reverses into the Bible salesman, knocks him into a ditch, and apparently he's dead. That's killed him.
Yeah.
So.
Well, this is one of the first points where these cars almost take on personalities almost. Because there's one like it's Zeke's trash or something. It's got loads of crap in the back and it deliberately vandalizes the Bible salesman's car.
Yeah.
It just like kind of reverses up and opens up its like bin area and chucks all the bin stuff in it like it's a deliberate move. And I'm like, all right, so now they're sentient. They're not just like...
Yeah, I think that's supposed to be the idea.
Yeah,
Is that they are
they're sentient.
Yeah. So he's killed the Bible guy by pushing him into a ditch. And then you got two guys carrying the dead blind guy back in with great ease.
Yes.
Like he doesn't weigh anything, this body. And they dump him in the basement. Then there's this really weird scene. Brett is getting changed into like a new outfit and also new clothes in like a side room. And Emilio Estevez is outside. And we see them carry the blind guy, the dead guy in, and Pat Hingle's like, stick him down in the basement.
Yeah.
It then cuts to Emilio Estevez. Brett walks out, looks at him, smiles, says, okay, and it cuts away.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's always like there's something else should have happened.
Like,
I mean, the scene's weird in the first place because you see like Brett's feet and she's clearly taken off her jeans or something. And then it cuts to Emilio Estevez and he goes, what are you doing?
She's like, I'm getting changed.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
you're just hanging around outside the toilets.
Yeah.
Like, and she's like, oh, I'm getting changed because like that guy's dead now and I don't want the smell of him on me anymore. It was all right when he was alive. But now he's dead. It's all different. Yeah, and then she just walks out and looks at him and goes, okay.
Okay. What?
What do you mean?
Was there like a whole
Okay, what?
conversation going on that they just didn't show?
Yeah.
I mean, that might actually make sense that they just cut that out. So now all the trucks, they all start up and they start circling the place.
Yeah.
Apart from the cars are unaffected, or some cars are completely
some
unaffected.
cars are like flash their lights and stuff.
But this scene is really menacing that these trucks are just circling the place.
Yeah.
Like, surely they'll just run out of fuel.
Well.
The newlyweds back on the highway, they're still driving along in their unaffected car.
Yep.
And a truck starts chasing them.
I reckon their car's like, I can't. They've just got married. It'd be rude to kill them now.
Yeah.
They've got their whole lives ahead of them.
And so yeah, this truck starts chasing them in probably the most boring car chase ever put to screen. It is dull as shit.
Yeah.
And then the truck just crashes. Well, no, the truck just kind of goes off the road and it bursts into flames and then it crashes.
Yeah.
And then it explodes.
And then it explodes. Literally by just driving off the road a bit, it explodes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, surely...
The moment it comes off the road,
Yeah.
fire starts shooting out of it.
Yeah, I mean, if this was a thing that actually happened to trucks, like they would burst into flames just because they left the road a bit, I'm sure this would be like a serious problem.
Yeah.
Like, we're recalling all of the trucks ever made because if you hit a bit of grass, you will burst into flames and die.
Fucking hell. So the newlyweds, they've survived that and they're gonna head off to the truck stop where the trucks are still driving round and round and round.
Yep.
How thrilling. It's trucks driving round.
suppose
It's trucks just driving around in a circle.
Yeah.
That's the film.
It's supposed to be like sharks circling their prey, I guess.
Like, yeah, but they're just literally just going round and round and
Yeah,
round
yeah,
and
yeah.
round.
No, shit, it doesn't work like it should.
So, they arrive there, but they can't get their car in because obviously the trucks are circling round.
Yeah,
so
there's a gap.
He thinks he sees a gap. He goes to drive. He gets clipped by one of them on the way in, which flips his car all the way over. But they're fine.
Yeah,
and also
not a scratch.
Yeah, and also there's enough time for people to run over and cut Yardley Smith out of the car.
Yeah.
Like, there's no panic here at all.
The trucks don't turn towards them or anything. Like,
another one doesn't come along.
It's almost like they don't see them.
Yeah, even though they're right there in the middle.
They're too busy going, whee! around the thing. There's also a weird bit as well. Like, it just seems like most of Brett's lines were cut or something. Like, the nothing she says seems to fit into anything at all. It seems that Emilio Estevez has made her a sandwich.
Right.
Like, so he hands her this sandwich, and then she just goes, "Eat this," to Joe, like the big fat bloke, like Joe, and just shoves the sandwich at him, and then they run out to help. It's just another, like, there's just weird lines all through this. What's that about? It's like supposed to show that she's a bit tough.
Right. Yeah. Terrifying.
Yeah.
And then Pat Hingle shows up with a fucking bazooka.
Out of nowhere.
He's just got a bazooka.
Yeah, just got a bazooka.
Or a toy bazooka. It's the shittiest looking thing. Like, the rocket is just inside, like, rolling around loose in the fucking thing. It's just not in there at all. So, yeah, he blows up a couple of the trucks.
Yeah.
Whilst just... in this scene, I cannot understand a fucking word he's saying. He's just there with a bazooka, like... Like, what is he saying?
You got a pretty mouth, boy.
It's just, those aren't words. It's just what the fuck is that? So he blows up two of them, and then Brett and Emilio have another awful scene.
Oh, with the straight razor.
Yeah.
His mother's helper. Is that a name for these things?
I don't fucking know.
I don't know. And she's like, well, you know, if a girl's hitching to Florida, you need some sort of protection. And then he goes, well, is that what you're doing? And then she gets the line. She goes, well, that's what I was doing until all the machines went into maximum overdrive.
Hi-oh!
Yeah. Homer in the background going, she said it! She said the name of the film!
So, that's
then they have a weird, awkward hug.
Yeah.
So he's like, oh, if I put my arm around you, would you stick me with this thing? She's like...
Well, it's a straight razor.
Straight razor. You don't stick people with straight razors, you fucking bellend. Slash their eyes. And then he's like, okay, and he puts his, like, and they have a bit of, like, an awkward hug that
ends and scene. And then it cuts back over to the baseball kid who's still riding around on his bike that isn't possessed. And he spots a plane flying overhead.
To the Dam Busters.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun,
which is...
Oh, is that Dam Busters?
No, it's Ride of the Valkyries.
Ride of the Valkyries.
Yeah, Ride of the Valkyries, yeah.
Mm.
There's a plane, like a small private prop plane kind of, is it? Flying overhead. There's obviously nobody piloting it. And it flies overhead, and that's uninteresting.
Yeah, and it leaves.
Yeah, it's just like...
The kid's like, and then it just goes.
Yeah, like, okay. Cool.
Tension.
Yeah. Back at the truck stop, one of the guys is taking a shit.
Yeah.
Which we get to hear.
Yeah, like
the
all the way through.
farting and the shitting noises.
And it's wet.
Yeah.
It's a wet
because it's the fat guy.
Yeah.
Of course he has bowel problems.
Yeah. And Emilio Estevez comes in and starts talking to him.
Mm.
And he's fucking... And then at one point, he just leans over while he's still having a shit. He just pulls himself over so he can watch him have a shit as well. We don't... He's like not content with listening to that, like he's got to...
Like pennies and soups of cans of soup hitting the water.
He decides he's got to watch him as well for the end of the conversation. Yeah. And they're basically like, so has Bubba got guns? He's like, yeah, but I'm not supposed to tell you.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Has he got guns? Yeah, don't tell anyone.
Yeah.
He hasn't just got guns. Pat Hingle apparently has a small arsenal down in the basement.
Yeah, because Emilio Estevez like gets in there with
grenades.
Little to no,
oh yeah, it's not like locked up or secure or anything.
No, he just wanders in.
Yeah,
it's like a room that was accessible this whole time. Yeah, and just like don't go in there. Like,
why not?
Just don't. Okay, what if I do? Oh, it's guns.
Wow, a gun. Many guns. Many guns, and
almost as many as what they keep on Air Force One.
Yeah, possibly more, I'd say. They've also got grenades.
Yeah,
and as we've seen, a bazooka.
A couple of bazookas, I think.
Yes, there are
more than
I
one.
think, yeah,
seems to be more than one.
Why has he got all this?
It's never explained.
No. Is it? Was he stealing this? Is he doing? He goes, no, I think he just bought it.
Yeah, and that's it. That's the extent of the conversation. Like,
okay.
Yeah. Oh, not why.
Yeah.
Like, is he planning to like invade the country?
No, fuck no. But yeah, Pat Hingle and Emilio have a bit of an argument in the basement.
Yeah.
And Emilio talks about his past, and Brett doesn't care that he's a criminal or he was a criminal.
Yeah. She's like, it's fine. He's like, oh yeah, like I did so, and it's such a weird, like, stilted story that he tells as well. You don't really find out what he did. I guess he robbed a store.
Yeah, I wasn't really
or something. No,
paying attention, if I'm honest. I sort of zoned out for that.
But he's like, oh, I made bad choices, and and she's like, it doesn't matter. He goes, it does, as if he's about to like have a real moment, and he goes, and she goes, but it doesn't. And he's like, okay.
I was young and shoot, it doesn't matter. I've not told you what I did yet.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
I murdered a family.
I raped a dog. It doesn't matter. I raped a dog and then wore its ass as a hat.
Just the
It
arse.
doesn't matter. Just shoved its ass, shoved my head in its ass and wore it around like a
The
hat.
balaclava out of its digestive system.
Yep. And then I drove to Canada and urinated on Canadian children. It doesn't matter.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
But you're sorry now.
Yeah, you were young. It's fine.
You've served your time. You've cooked eggs.
So, the baseball kid, he finally arrives at the truck stop, but he's stuck on the other side of the road.
He can't get through.
Yeah, he can't get through because he's on a bike. And obviously that's where he was heading.
Yeah.
Even though,
yeah, of course. Well,
so far,
if you haven't figured it out yet, the kid's dad is it's
The
quite
dead
obvious. There's a
blind.
bit where Brett picks up a picture of the kid just to nail it in. The dead guy that had the shit in his eyes is his dad.
Yeah.
So he's coming all this way to find out his dad's flat.
dead.
Flat.
Flat and very light.
Yes, incredibly light. So all his bones are powder.
Yes. So he's arrived, but he's stuck on the other side of the road. He's just kind of hanging out waiting. We're now cut to Emilio and Brett post bang.
Yeah.
They've had sex. We don't see any of that. It's just they're in bed together after they've had sex.
Yeah.
And she says the line, "You sure make love like a hero." What does that mean? What?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Also, where is this bed?
Well, you see it later on. There's a
It's just like a back storeroom with a bed
there's like
in it.
an office that seems to have a bed in it for some reason with a wall of porn.
Oh yeah, the
There's
wall
like-
of porn.
It's
Yeah.
just porn stuck to this wall.
Yeah.
And then that's where Emilio and Brett keep going to fuck. So I suppose they need the visual stimuli.
Yeah, come with me into the
Into the
back
porn
office of this dirty truck stop
Mm.
in front of this mural of pornography, and we'll bang in this single blow-up
It's like
bed.
the Bayo tapestry of porn. Just everywhere. There's the bit as well, because we get a shot of the sun going down. And this is where, at this point in this film, I figured out, so that's the sun. So that's day one.
Yeah.
We've still got a fucking week to go. Fuck this.
And the sky turns green.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the trucks are still just circling, the
Just
place,
driving
still
round
just
and round.
driving round and round. And Emilio, he comes up with this plan to get a sailboat. He
Yeah.
wants to get a boat and go to an island where he knows that there's no cars.
Yeah, it's like this weird mystical island. He goes,
Yeah.
we're going to go to this, I can't remember what it's called.
Haven.
Going to this island, huh?
It's called Haven.
Haven, this island called Haven, where they don't allow cars or trucks or
Yep.
or anything electrical. Fuck off.
Will the boat be okay?
It's a Mormon island.
Yeah. Also, you're just assuming that the boat is not going to
Yeah.
be evil.
Well, as long as it's not got an engine.
Well, that kid's
The bike, yeah, the
the
bike
kid's
fucked
push
that
bike
kid
didn't
over.
have. Yeah.
But yeah.
It's
We don't
really-
know what the rules are.
We really don't. It's very unclear. But we're going to get on this boat that may or may not be evil.
Giancarlo Esposito was electrocuted by a wooden fucking like casing. So yeah, no, everything's dangerous.
Who knows?
Mm.
And then inside the diner, the waitress is drunk, and she's had enough.
Is she drunk?
Yeah,
'Cause I
she's-
was like, what's happening?
They're all
here?
drinking, aren't they? They
Oh,
start
I
getting
guess
on
so,
beers, yeah. So the waitress is drunk, and she's had a fucking enough, and so she starts overacting,
Yeah, wildly overacting.
and she just starts screaming, "We made you!"
Yeah.
And nearly dies because she runs outside to shout, "We made you!" at the trucks. Her whole thing is, because we made you, you should do what we say,
Yeah.
and not be driving around in circles. It's really inconvenient. We made you, and she's really angry, and she's nearly run over. And then all of the electric goes out because it's time for that to start happening.
Yeah.
Now the electrics in the building are also evil and possessed,
I guess so. I mean,
guess.
Yeah.
and everyone's just getting drunk, really.
Yeah, literally. That's
Yeah.
all they seem to be doing.
And Curtis is fingering Yardley Smith under the table. I think he is.
Yeah,
Like-
there's definitely something going on there. There's some shenanigans afoot.
and all this is going on whilst the trucks are still just driving round and round and round.
Also, this is the point where I was like, why don't the trucks just smash into the fucking truck stop? Just drive in and kill everyone.
Yeah.
I mean, surely if they're capable of thought,
because he
like they
hasn't
seem to
written
be-
that yet.
Yeah,
Because I don't know.
doesn't make any sense.
No.
Like much of this film.
So then they, is this where they hear the Bible salesman?
Oh yeah, he
He's
starts
still
making-
alive.
He's making the most horrendous noises.
Help me, you cunt! And so they hear him, and he's outside in the ditch, alive.
Yeah,
He didn't die. And
he's such a shitbag anyway. I would have
yeah,
been like,
oh fuck it.
what noise? What do you mean? I can't hear anything.
So they decided going to try and get him, and Curtis is like, "I'll do it." And Emilio Estevez says, "Oh, you can't get over there." And then literally a beat later says, "I think there might be a way to get to him."
Yeah.
Like, what? You just said we can. Can you do it or not?
Yeah.
You just said we can't.
You knew this all the time.
Yeah. So we can't do that. Hey, we could do that. It's like, so what?
Yeah, it is weird.
And then the baseball kid is crawling through a sewer.
Yeah,
Bit
he tries to
Shawshank.
get into one sewer, but it's got a thing on it, so he goes through another sewer,
Yeah.
just like inches away.
Yeah. So he's making his way through a sewer under the road. So then Curtis and Emilio, they've got this. They're going to go get the Bible guy.
Yeah.
Connie is not happy about this.
No.
And they're going to run over to a separate building, a little one, which is like a locker room of
I
some
think it's
sort.
like showers or something.
Yeah.
Like a shower block.
Yeah, so they're going to run over to like this shower block, locker room thing, and go down the drain that's in there or some shit,
Yep.
which will take them out into the ditch and going to get the Bible guy.
Yes, that's the plan.
Yes. So now they're crawling through a sewer.
With a bazooka and a sleeping bag.
Yes. Also a sewer that appears to be made out of wood.
Yes, it does look it. This is another weird bit because like they're wondering when they get into the water. The first thing Curtis says is like, "I wonder how many people peed in this." And then Emilio Estevez falls in it, and he goes, "How did that taste?" He's like, "Curtis,
You're not helping.
Curtis is into water sports.
Oh, yeah.
He wants
Golden
to watch
shower.
his missus piss. He's wondering how much piss he's wandering through, and he wants to
Also,
know what it tastes like."
He was really eager to go and...
Yeah, he's like, I'll definitely get in the sewer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sewer.
No worries.
Yeah.
I'll just go in my pants as well. I'll just go in my white fronts and I'll walk through and I might take a little taste.
Yeah. Maybe I'll wee in it as well.
Yeah.
Hey, Emilio, I'm peeing back here. Can you taste it?
Yeah. This is supposed to be like a back and forth. I don't know, setting up like they're best friends now or
Oh,
something.
fuck
It's
knows.
just stupid. Because there's a rat comes past and Emilio Estevez is like, "Hey, I'm sending a little friend back to you." He's like, "Oh, get away."
Lol. Christ. So the baseball kid, he's now out. He's gotten out of his sewer
Yeah.
to land in the ditch.
Yeah.
And he finds the salesman who's now dead again until he isn't.
Yeah, just landing with his eyes wide open. He's clearly dead.
Yeah.
And the kid's like literally like puts his head on his
Yeah,
chest.
checks
and
for like a
listens,
heartbeat, doesn't
and he's
he?
like, "No, he's definitely dead." And then as soon as he moves away, he's like,
I'm
"Ah!"
alive again. And he starts going, "Get me out of this ditch, or by Jesus, I'll kill you."
Yeah.
Why his voice goes really weird. He's like, "Get me out of here.
"Get you, my pretty, and your little dog too."
Anyway, Emilio shows up, and it turns out he knows the kids, which is now revealed.
Yeah.
And so they grab him and they get out of there. Also, the salesman, he's dead again.
He's dead again now. Yeah. Like literally the minute they turn up, like he's dead anyway.
Yeah, we know this because they say it
Yeah.
3 times in successsion. He's dead. He's dead.
But the kid is apparently still holding onto the kid's leg because the kid's like, "I can't get away from him," and they're like, "Well, you should be able to because he's dead."
Literally, I've never known a character die, come back, die, come back, die so fucking much.
Yeah, unnecessarily.
Yeah,
as
since
well.
like fucking Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
He died. Oh, he's back. No, he's
like
dead.
he's Jason Voorhees' dad.
Yeah, just...
So he's dead. No. Yeah.
So yeah, they get the baseball kid inside, and this is where it's revealed, although we kind of knew that he is the blind dead dude's son, and they get him back to the truck stop. Emilio Estevez bazookas a truck on the way back in.
Yeah.
Just for lols. I don't know.
And Curtis again says once they get out of the sewer thing, he goes, "Oh, I wish we could do that every day." It's like, yes, we get it. You wish you could wade through piss every day, Curtis. Fucking hell.
How are you married?
Yeah. Is she aware?
Yeah, well, she's not into it because that was made clear in the beginning.
Oh, yeah. She won't even let him watch her piss.
Yeah, exactly.
He's frustrated. Poor old Curtis.
Oh, Christ. And then I get back. Brett slaps Pat because she doesn't like how he told the baseball kid his dad's dead.
Oh, yeah, I mean, he is pretty blunt. Like, because the kid straight away, like, to Emilio Estevez, is going, like, is my dad okay? And Emilio Estevez chooses to just say nothing.
Yeah, they just kind of all look around like, ooh.
Yeah,
you're going to have to tell him.
Anyway, let's go. It's like, I mean, that to me, I'd be like,
that's worse.
He's dead, right? He's dead, isn't he? This is why you're not saying anything.
Well, that's worse than Pat Hingle just being like, he's flat, whatever the line is. He's like, flat as a pancake or something like that. That's it. He got snuffed.
Yeah.
That's what he says.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Brett slaps Pat.
Yeah.
Just
and
because
she's like, yeah, fucking, I can't believe you told him. We was all just going to ignore it.
Yeah, we were just going to lie.
And hope that he forgot he even had a dad.
The next morning, because this goes on.
Yeah.
Into the next morning, the trucks will stop.
Yeah.
And a digger arrives along with a gun on wheels.
Yeah, it's literally a buggy with a gun on it.
And it's got a steering wheel but no pedals.
I know.
What is this thing?
This is purely just... right, we need something threatening.
It's like a mounted, like,
Yeah.
I don't know, 32 caliber fucking gun.
Could they not get, like, those army trucks with, like, you see in all the action movies with a big fucking gun on the back? Not just like it's literally it's just a flat, like, platform with wheels and a steering wheel and a gun on it.
Yeah, and no pedals.
That doesn't exist.
No.
That's not a thing. What would it be for?
I don't know. How do you move it? Where do you sit when you drive it?
Yeah, exactly.
There's no seat. There's just a wheel. Where are the pedals? Where's the fucking engine? What is this thing? It's just got this gun mounted on it.
Literally just created for this film just out of convenience.
Also, this is briefly, there's like a random dude that just shows up and smashes the doors.
Oh, where he just pushes the doors
and the doors will
What
smash.
the fuck's going on here?
So who is this guy? Yeah. I might have missed him, but as far as I'm aware, I haven't seen him on screen.
I feel like he's been asleep out the back this whole fucking time, and he's just figured out something's a bit off.
So then the digger smashes Pat Hingle's car into the diner.
Yep.
So he grabs a bazooka and he blows it up, but then the gun on wheels shoots Pat Hingle, along with a bunch of unimportant characters.
Well, the waitress reprises her.
Oh yeah, she's had enough again.
Yeah, and she's like, well, "We made you." And all that. She picks up the bazooka and storms outside, and the gun buggy just fucking shoots her, and then she accidentally fires the bazooka and kills a truck, and then the gun buggy just shoots everyone who had plenty of time to get the fuck out of the way. Like,
basically everyone whose name we don't quite know.
Yeah, just gets wiped out, as well as Bubba.
Yeah.
But yeah, literally, there's like lights, people like, "Arr!" And then the gun buggy turns around and there's still people stood up. Fucking idiots, you deserve to die.
Run away.
And they're like, huh, what's happening here? And it looks like a paintball game. Like, it's just like fucking paintball things, squibs going off on people. It's awful, stupid, ridiculous.
Oh, it gets more stupid.
Yep.
So now the gun on wheels uses its horn, because remember it's got a steering wheel and nothing else.
Yeah.
To communicate in Morse code, which the baseball kid knows. He knows Morse code, apparently.
He got a merit badge this summer.
Yes, how fucking convenient. So he translates what the gun buggy is honking at him, and he's writing it down. And in short, the gun buggy is basically saying, "Can you fill us up with fuel, please?"
Yeah, or we'll kill you.
Yeah. Also, once it stops honking the horn, the kid is still writing in the background. He's still like writing stuff down.
He's just adding bits to himself.
Do diary.
Give all the money to the blonde kid.
Don't make him your leader.
Yeah.
And let him have sex with some of the with Yardley Smith. Keep the P guy away. So they obviously these machines want to be fueled.
Yeah.
Because if they're not, they can't move.
Yeah.
So I know they're like, well, no, we're not going to do that. But then Emilio was like, no, let's do it.
Yeah, I know. Again, it makes no fucking sense at all. Yeah.
Well, his thoughts, his train of thought apparently is that he thinks that, you know, the trucks can just like drive around and smash into things. But this gun on wheels might call in a napalm strike.
Right.
Yes, because it's army. And
but what's he going to call it in with? Is he going to Morse code and hope that somebody can hear it beeping his little beeper?
Well, it's not even an actual Morse code machine. It's just a horn.
Yeah.
It doesn't have a phone on it or anything either.
No, nothing.
No.
It's got no way of contacting anything at all.
But he thinks it's dangerous and it's like the leader, and it could call in a napalm strike or some kind of bomb attack on the truck stop. So they decide that they are going to have to fill up all of these trucks and things.
And Emilio gets kind of weirdly manic all of a sudden. He's like, I hope they brought their like American Express.
Yeah.
What's happening now?
Funny. This is dumb as fuck. Just don't.
Yeah.
Just let them run out of fuel and then walk away. Like, for crying out.
And just to like, they have a whole conversation. Like, he says he's going to fill him up, and Brett's like, goes, "What are you doing? It's like Neville Chamberlain giving in to the Nazis."
Yeah, that didn't happen. For fuck's sake. So Emilio goes and has some strong words with the Green Goblin truck, whose eyes are now glowing red.
He just wanders up and he goes like, "Tell your friends I've got the best uncut stuff." Like
It's
he's
not
drug
cocaine.
dealer.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
This was written by Stephen King.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they start filling up the trucks. Mm-hmm. And then like a convoy of trucks start making their way to the truck stop for refueling.
All of the trucks in
like
the country.
all of North Carolina, they're all heading to this one truck stop.
Yeah, because
these one idiot humans are filling them up.
Yeah, because every other truck stop said no.
Yeah. All the other ones just closed.
Yeah.
They just turned the pumps off.
Like, oh. They like fucking send out the message. We got some right dickheads here. He said they'll do it. But we're going to kill them anyway.
So yeah, they start filling up every truck in the state apparently.
Yeah. Well, Hell's Bells plays, which is a fantastic AC/DC song.
Brett is so exhausted from pumping gas that she looks like she's about to pass out.
It's like she's drunk.
She's nearly like, oh god, like nearly fainted. Like, oh fuck off! You're just standing there holding a fucking pump. It's not like physically intensive, is it? Like, we've got so many of them. They're like, oh, they're all sweating and like, oh my god. Are you okay? I'll take over from here. I got this. Like,
yeah.
What is this?
Some guy comes over and goes, like, you go and get a rest. And she puts her hands on his shoulders and she goes, what? What are you saying?
Eventually, they run out of fuel at the truck stop.
Yeah.
And was it one truck decides to like sacrifice his fuel?
Well, it's a petrol tank. It's a diesel tanker.
Yeah.
Like Emilio's like, that's it. We're all out. And this truck squares up to him and starts like pushing him this sort of way. And then it's like, it somehow indicates that he goes, oh, like, yeah, I've got fuck tons of diesel in the back here. So just fill it up again.
Yeah. So, okay.
Oh, all right.
Why didn't you come along earlier?
Yeah.
And at this point, Emilio is like near death.
Yeah.
From pumping gas all day. Because it's so physically strenuous.
Yeah.
To stand there and hold your hand on a button essentially. Oh god. And he's just like, he's nearly dying. He's like passing out, and he starts rambling about houses and aliens while Brett tends to his head with like a cloth.
Emilio Estevez he's a not bad actor. Like, he's been in plenty of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, he's good. Like, and this is garbage. Like, he's just lying there and he's going, imagine if some aliens came and the whole planet was too polluted and they didn't want to live there anymore, and they sent their cleaners in, and what best to use as cleaners as our own machines. Like, what?
Oh god, he must be near death from all that gas pumping.
Yeah, that fucking nonsense.
And then he's got a plan. Once he's better, once he's recovered from near death,
got an idea.
He's got this plan, right? And this is, bear in mind, they've had all these weapons and grenades on them the entire time. He walks up some random guy, doesn't he? Yeah. Gets him involved.
Not been in the film until now.
And his plan is he's going to walk up to the gun on wheels
This is genius.
He's going to smack the gun to spin it round and then literally just drop a grenade on the little buggy platform and they run off. The thing is, when he slaps the gun, it spins 360 and is pointing back at them when they run away. But yeah, so he does that and he grenades it and he blows it up. And like, why didn't you just do that to begin with?
This is like the laziest writing ever, because he's like, he's basically like, right, he's got a plan. What is the plan? Right, he's gonna walk over to this guy and like he puts his arm around this guy and he goes anyway, and he starts just chatting random shit. He's like, we're gonna walk over. He's literally explaining what he's doing. We're gonna walk over here, and in a minute, I'm gonna say run. And when I say run, you should definitely run.
Yeah.
Okay, so run, smack. Bang.
That's it.
Shit. Utter shit.
And then they escape through the drain that they couldn't get through earlier. They can now, don't care why. And the trucks decide that now is a good time to crash into the diner and destroy everything.
Yeah, now they realise they can do it.
Yeah.
Why did we do this before?
Once everyone's left,
yeah,
they now decide that now we're going to destroy the building. They've all gone, but now we're going to do it. Okay.
And then an oxygen tanker slams into it.
Yeah, and it explodes. The whole diner the whole truck stop basically explodes.
Yeah.
But they're all out and fine because I got out the drain. They're all good. And the green goblin they escape, but the green goblin truck is still there.
Oh yeah,
it drives off.
It wants blood.
As it's driving off, we see the plane from earlier.
It's killed a school bus.
Yeah, it was kamikazed itself into a school bus.
Yeah, I thought they were on the same side.
It's
just sticking out the top of a school bus.
It's some like Transformers things, like air vehicles versus land vehicles.
It's Autobots and Decepticons.
Yeah, there's planes and fucking trucks. I don't fucking know. I mean, if that was actually what was happening in the film, it wouldn't surprise me.
No, not at all. Or maybe it was like he was flying across and it saw the school bus and it was like, I'm gonna fuck that.
Yeah, fuck it.
Like, smash. Oh no, we can't fuck. We're machines.
So they're gonna head off to the marina to sail off. Remember his plan?
There's a big sign saying "to the marina." Yeah. They're running to our path.
They're gonna sail off. They're gonna do his idea to get to this fucking make believe island.
Yeah.
On the way, baseball kid shoots a speaker.
Well, there's a drive-through speaker, like a drive-through restaurant, and the speaker starts going, "Humans near, humans here," or something. Now,
how do speakers speak?
There's a flaw about this. The way that works is a person on the other end with a microphone, and that is a speaker.
Yeah, it's a PA.
Without the person, there's no noise.
Yeah,
It doesn't speak itself.
Speakers can't speak unless you're playing something through it or putting something into it. They have voices in them go,
humans here. And then. But no, that makes no fucking sense. And the kid's like, this is for my dad. That speaker didn't kill your dad? He's like, this is for my dad. And he fires this gun at it, like kills it. And then he goes, I don't want this anymore, and gives the gun away.
Yeah.
That's your big moment. You killed a speaker.
Yeah, you're odd. And then Curtis and Brett blow up the fucking ice cream van with just a few bullets.
Yes.
It's like bang, 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 boom, it goes.
But they have a weird moment just before as well, because for context, the ice cream van was stalking the kid earlier.
Yeah.
He got away. Now it turns up, and they're like, Curtis is like, I'll piss on it. Because I'll get this one. And he stands up and he goes towards it, and like it comes towards them, and he has this moment where he looks at Brett like,
will you pee on me?
Yeah, will you pee on me? Because like he's going, it's an ice cream van. Should we? And they're like, no, yeah, we definitely should. And then they shoot it like with 3 bullets and it explodes.
Christ. Yeah, they get to the boat, but one of the guys who doesn't have a name, he's not there because he got distracted by something back on the road.
It's a woman hanging out the thing, and she's got a giant diamond engagement. She's dead.
That's what it is.
She's been killed. She's been killed by a window of the car or something. Right. This car is evil. So she's hanging out of it conveniently with this like massive diamond ring showing. So he goes back to get it. So you're like, he's not that nice a guy because he's stealing off that dead woman.
That dead woman. She'll definitely miss that.
The Green Goblin truck has somehow managed to ninja its way.
Yes, it's
soundlessly
all the way to the marina.
and hasn't made a fucking sound. It's like this guy's like stealing it, and it's like it's behind him.
Yeah,
like it's
because diesel engines are notoriously so quiet.
towards him. Like it's up on two wheels, just tiptoeing like a fucking cartoon.
Yeah, and the Green Goblin has arrived, and it runs over this guy.
Yep.
So Emilio bazookas the Green Goblin.
Yep.
And that's it. It's destroyed. It's so anticlimactic.
Yeah, massively so.
It's just like...
It's like the final standoff.
Yeah, they just kill it the same way they killed all the other ones with
Yeah.
a bazooka, because it's just a truck.
Yeah. It's almost like no thought was put into this at all, Stephen.
And then they sail off on a boat.
Yes, and there's much celebrate.
Yes, and then we have some more reading to do just before the film ends.
Which is, it's the laziest way to end this film.
It really is. Do you have this written down?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's 2 days later, a large UFO was destroyed in space by a Russian weather satellite, which happened to be equipped with a laser cannon and Class 4 nuclear missiles. Approximately 6 days later, the Earth passed beyond the tail of Rhea M, exactly as predicted. And then it goes, this is like...
I love this.
like, the survivors of the Dixie Boy are still survivors. What does that mean?
Well, duh.
Yeah, of course they are.
I mean, eventually they will die.
Yeah.
Like of old age and natural causes.
Embarrassment.
Yeah. But we saw them survive the incident, so yes, they are still... What?
This is written by a man who has sold billions of books worldwide. Billions.
It's like the weirdest thing. It's like meeting someone who's like, I survived 9/11. Like, oh shit, how's that? I'm still a survivor. Well, yeah, of course you are. What? Why would you say that? What are you on about? What the fuck? It is literally just like, and I woke up and it was all a dream.
Yes.
Oh, fucking hell. Cue
It's
some
the worst.
AC/DC and that's the end of the fucking movie. Thoughts, Mr. Smith?
My God. My God. Now, I know what they were thinking. Like, they were obviously marketing this as Stephen King finally makes a film.
Yes.
Like, we want to see the master of horror.
Master of horror.
Finally makes a film. And it's just garbage. It's like they went like, Steve, we need you to make a film. And like, okay, cool. No worries, I can do that. When do you want it by?
Tomorrow.
2 days. We've got 2 days to do it. To write it, film it, like edit it, everything.
Have you written anything? Oh, I've got something I can use.
Yeah. I've got this thing about trucks. Yeah, that'll do.
Yeah.
That'll do.
Yeah, it's based on a short story, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Trucks. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's one of his Bachman books. Like,
Yes, it is.
Yeah, one of the Bachman books. But yeah, no. Oh my God, this has got to be one of the worst fucking put together films. I know for a fact Emilio Estevez is wildly embarrassed.
I think most people. Yardley Smith is incredibly embarrassed by this, even though she is by far the best thing in it.
She's easily the best thing in it.
Yeah, she's so entertaining. Like every moment she's on screen.
Yeah, every word that comes out of her mouth is gold.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I feel that only because she must have ad-libbed most of that, because all of the written dialogue
for every other character is so
fucking
bad.
garbage.
Like, and it does help that she has, obviously she has a very comedic voice.
Yeah.
So why she's been Lisa Simpson for 30 years. But
yeah,
she is, she's so good at it. Like she's not just the best thing, she's actually really good in it.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, she's by far, she's the only one that tries to act at all. I mean, Curtis gives it a go, but he's sidetracked by his piss obsession.
Yeah. Everyone like who is it? Harrington that plays Brett is just awful. Pat Hingle would be quite fun if you knew what he was saying.
Yeah.
But he's just like throughout the whole fucking film. Emilio Estevez is just like asleep.
Yeah, literally 5 minutes into the film, you see the realization on his face that this film's fucking terrible and I'm stuck here now.
Oh God.
But yeah, he does try, like the first few words out of his mouth. It's like, oh, he's giving it a go, and then he's like, no, I don't care. Like, this is awful. But yeah, no, this is fucking terrible. And I tell you, like, the most annoying thing about this is the first film we've done where I had real trouble trying to find a copy. It's almost like it's been scrubbed out of existence.
Yeah, people don't want you to watch this.
No, not at all. It's like the universe was like, no, Lee. Like, you don't have to watch this. I tried fucking everywhere. I eventually found, like, I got it in 2 parts of something. But yeah, it's not on any streamer. It's not on anything at all.
No.
Like, it's just disappeared. It's been scrubbed away. And rightly so.
Yeah, it is badly put together, badly written. Is the biggest criticism. Like, this is Stephen King, and this is terribly written.
It's just lazy writing.
Dialogue, even the dialogue that is literally text on the screen, is awful. Terrible. Right, let's have some trivia. Everyone loves a bit of trivia. The budget of this, $10 million. What?
I'm sorry, what?
$10 million for this.
A lot. What? Is that just in fuel? I don't know.
In cocaine.
Yeah. This would have been back in King's cocaine heyday.
Worldwide gross, this film made 7.4 million.
Jesus.
Yes. And yes, famously, Stephen King was off his face on coke the entire time they were making this film. And he's also in a massive drinking binge.
Yeah.
So, famously, yes, Stephen King had a big problem with cocaine.
Yes.
And alcohol. And there was, I think, a screening of this some years ago, and somebody that worked on the film, one of the crew members on set, said, I never saw him do coke. Like, he always hit, I never saw him do coke.
Yeah.
But he did, obviously, do a lot of cocaine. Yeah. But I did see him drinking a lot every day. Like, 6:30, they'd start with the first meeting.
Yeah.
Cracks open his first beer.
Fucking hell.
By 8:30, he was on beer number 10. Like, that amount of drinking with all of the cocaine he'd get his hands on.
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing he managed to write any books during this time.
Yeah. No.
Let alone make a fucking film. And I think this was just, he obviously didn't really care.
Well, it doesn't seem that way at all.
No,
it was probably having the time of his life, fucked off his tits.
Yeah.
Like, he thought he was making, gold. Cinema gold.
Well, no, the thing is, probably didn't care. He was just like, they're going to pay me to direct films.
Yeah.
Fuck it. How much? Sure. That sounds like a lot of fucking fun.
I think he
may
have
a lot of drugs for that.
A huge wake-up call for him as well. Because obviously he must have been at this point as well, where his ego was that, he's like, everything I write sells fucking billions.
Yeah.
So, I can obviously do that with films as well.
Yeah, obviously I can write a film.
Even though I've got no experience whatsoever. No. No, you cannot, Mr. King.
Fucked for all of it. The Dixie Boy truck stop, this was a set they built.
Yeah.
It was so convincing that drivers kept pulling in trying to get gas. But they put up adverts and billboards around town and radio adverts saying it's not real.
Fucking hell.
The director of photography, his name was Armando Nanusi.
Yeah.
He lost his right eye in an accident on set.
Right.
The lawnmower, the remote control lawnmower, you see it briefly in the film. Yeah. It got out of control and it smashed into some wooden blocks that were holding something up, and obviously it fired splinters of wood out, and it went straight for his fucking eye.
Jesus.
Yes, and he sued King for $18 million, which is more than what this film cost.
Yeah.
It was settled out of court.
Fucking hell.
Yes.
So, wait, you sued King personally?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Fair enough.
Also, the dolly grip was nearly killed when the ice cream van stunt didn't go right.
What, when they blew it up?
Yeah. Apparently, it just wasn't... I can't remember what was meant to happen. I think it was meant to flip over a bunch of times, but it flipped once and just went straight towards the camera. And I think the cameraman pulled the dolly grip out of the way, so he nearly died.
Fucking hell.
Also, there is a long-running rumour that George A. Romero ghost-directed this.
Ghost-directed? I mean, if I was Romero, I'd never admit to that at all. I'd never admit to having anything to do with this film.
It's never been confirmed.
Yeah.
Stephen King has never confirmed, nor really denied it, though. He said that Romero was constantly on set and did give him advice and help him throughout. That's the way Stephen King remembers it anyway.
Fucked off his tits.
Yeah, so it's not actually that unbelievable.
Imagine King just in his director's chair, just where Romero's like, all right, just drive around a bunch of times.
Yeah. Wait till he fucking gets another line in him, then we'll start directing again. Stephen King, originally for the leading role, Emilio Estevez's role, he wanted Bruce Springsteen.
What?
I don't know.
Has Bruce Springsteen ever acted in a film?
He was in High Fidelity, wasn't he? In a cameo role, playing himself.
Playing himself.
Yeah. Bruce Springsteen, brilliant musician.
Yeah.
Wouldn't cast him in a film, if I'm honest.
No.
Just like Stephen King is a brilliant novelist.
Yeah.
Wouldn't ask him to make
Wouldn't
a
ask him
film.
to direct a film ever.
No. Good old Dino did. Well, obviously that didn't happen. I think it was Dino De Laurentiis said no to this, and he insisted that Emilio Estevez, because the way he put it was get Martin's kid in instead.
Right.
I don't think he even knew him by name. He was like, just get Martin's kid, whatever his name is. You could have ended up with Charlie Sheen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Charlie probably would have enjoyed it more.
Yeah.
It would have been just as fucked as Stephen King. Oh my God, that would have been a mess.
People could have died.
Yeah.
I mean, someone lost an eye and someone nearly died, but
Yeah.
people could have actually died.
All that tiger blood on the set as well.
Yeah. And finally, the price of diesel at the truck stop is $1.08 per gallon.
Right.
Right, which for this day and age, there's obviously the issues at the moment, people losing their mind there. $1.08 a gallon, which I think if I've worked out right, equals about 18p a litre over here.
Right.
Yeah. Somewhere between about 18 and 30p, I think.
Right.
Yeah, obviously a lot cheaper than what we are paying now. $1.90 it was the other day in Ringwood.
Jesus.
Yes. And finally, your comments. What you thought. Wherever. I've got them somewhere. Give me a memento.
Yeah, I didn't get many this time around.
I got quite a few here. Oops.
I did mine first because they're not ready. I got Tom Roberts said the porn wall is a masterpiece.
The wall of porn.
The wall of porn.
Some effort went into that.
David Stoker Bartninkus. This obviously looks like the best movie of all time.
Oh, so you've not seen it?
No, I don't think he has. No. And I got Wayne Everton said, "Oh man, I watched this as a young kid. I don't remember much about it and completely forgot what it was called until you posted this. That's why I love it when you post about all these old movies. It jolts the memories and fills in the blanks after all these years. So thanks for the comment, Wayne. Nothing to do with the film.
It's also a memory you can forget.
Yeah.
You don't need to remember this. Some of our followers on Instagram gave us comments on what they think of Maximum Overdrive. This one is from Electric Babysitter. It says, "You're an asshole."
Fucking hell. All right. Electric Babysitter. Calm your tits.
I guess that's referring to the yeah. I get it now. Just like,
Before you'd seen it, you're like, all right.
Nat R. Brown 37 says it's Stephen King during the full-on cocaine period, so it's batshit and I love it. I mean, there is, I guess, some entertainment to be found for sure. My Little Slice of Hell official, pretty good being directed by coked up Stephen King. No hate here, props there. I mean, they've got a point in that Stephen King was so, off his face.
Yeah.
It's amazing this film even exists.
Yeah.
Like, this ever actually got completed. But, like, that may be down to George A. Romero.
I don't feel like it was complete. Like, all those
it
various
just seems
bits
like
where
bits
people
of-
seem to be finishing a conversation that never happened.
Reckless Redhead says 80s greatness. Cash Machine calls Stephen King an asshole. Lol. Yeah, I get it now. The Spookhouse podcast says the worst part about this movie is the music. Nobody should be subjected to that much AC/DC.
This is one of the best bits of the film.
Yeah, it
I love
probably
AC/DC.
is. But also, yeah, if you don't like AC/DC,
Then there's something wrong with you.
which Phil from Spookhouse Podcast has informed me he really doesn't, then you are probably not going to like this film, are you? Because there is a lot of AC/DC.
There is.
Padge Bowers, better than Pet Cemetery, fight me.
What, the original Pet Sematary or the remake?
I don't know, it doesn't say. But
Well, come on in.
yeah,
Clarify.
I will fight you, but not for that reason.
It's definitely not better than the original Pet Sematary. It's not even better than the fucking remake.
No, the
No.
remake was boring. I can't. I've only
It
seen
does have massive pacing issues, yeah.
Yeah, I've only seen the original once, quite a while ago. I remember quite liking
I
it.
like the original.
Yeah.
It's one of my favourite Stephen King books as well. It's probably his goriest book.
Oh. Humming Finch says a masterpiece. I can
No.
only assume Humming Finch has some sort of disability in the eyeballs. Joking.
Definitely no.
Dead Good Tease says iconic truck, some real funny bits, and King was high the whole time he filmed it. But yeah,
Yes.
I mean, like we said earlier, for a guy that was just on all the drugs, I guess not bad, considering.
Probably better than I could have done way back when I used to do cocaine. I don't fuck knows what I would have put together.
Stagger Lee Tattoo. This is Craig says there is such a thing as too much cocaine. Yes. I mean, if you ask me, any amount of cocaine is too much cocaine. Yeah, but if you are making a film and there's millions of dollars at stake, probably don't do cocaine.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't.
Yeah, but that might also explain the $10 million budget.
But then every director in the 70s was on massive amounts of cocaine.
Yes, but also some of them made really good films.
Yeah, but Apocalypse Now, for
Yes.
instance. This is not Apocalypse Now.
No.
Going back to the truck with the goblin head on it, there must have been some sort of... I know Marvel probably wasn't the powerhouse that it is
Marvel
now.
was probably thankful for anyone to share any of their content in any capacity back in 1986.
Yeah, they were huge in like the 70s. I think, the 80s was when they were starting to fumble a little bit.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway.
That's it, I guess. That was that episode. That was the, I was about to say the Green Goblin. No, that was Maximum Overdrive. Tell us what you think. You put comments and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And don't forget again to like and subscribe. That would be nice.
Share
Thank you.
Comment and this and that.
Yes. Thank you. Have fun. We love you. Goodbye.
Ta-ta.